How the hurricane is tracked as we've gone through the day. It's basically made a northwesterly track at about 20 miles per hour. It has strengthened. Winds are now 135 miles per hour with this hurricane. Plus, you have to add in the fact that it is moving to the northwest at about 20 miles per hour. So that's 155 mile per hour winds possibly, and the pressure has now dropped down to 940 millibars. So this hurricane continues to strengthen, even though it is about 150 miles offshore right now of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And the hurricane force winds are being felt 140 miles from the center, which means in minutes, anyone along the coast here is going to feel, or even continue to feel, the hurricane force winds with Hugo. All right, let's go down and look at the particulars on Hugo. You can see how it's tracked. It is as strong now as it was when it went through Guadalupe and St. Croix. And you saw what it did down there. 936 millibars now. It has dropped even further than that. 31.4 north, 78.4 west, 121 miles now to the southeast of Charleston. So with winds of hurricane force 140 miles from the center, you know the folks right now along the Carolina coast are feeling hurricane force winds at this time. A very dangerous situation. Storm surge is playing into effect. The waves, I'm sure, are increasing by the foot as we speak right now. Look at some of the gusts. The highest gust we have along the shoreline, 45 miles per hour, but we have had, as I said, reports of some hurricane force winds at some of the locations here, especially out around the Georgetown Marina. So a very dangerous situation with Hurricane Hugo. As John put it earlier, simply the strongest hurricane of the century for the South Carolina and the North Carolina coast. And that's saying a lot. Oregon Inlet all the way down to Fernandina Beach. We have the hurricane warnings out. Watches extend all the way up to Cape Henlopen. Hugo, storm surge, maybe even an understatement here. 12 to 7 foot tides, and if it comes in at the time of high tide, which is sometime at midnight or thereafter, we are going to have to add 6 to 8 feet on top of all this. And that's just guessing a 12 to 17 foot storm surge, which very easily, with a hurricane this size, could be even bigger than that. Here's the radar. I'm going to put this into motion for you now, and you can see how things have been moving as we've head on in time. We have it on radar A for you, and you can see how the hurricane has been moving. There's the eye of the hurricane right now, and again, it is closing in on the South Carolina coast with hurricane force winds already along the coast. As much as 2 to 5 inches of rain has already fallen here. A flooding, dangerous situation is on tap for the Carolinas all the way back to the mountains, and who knows where moisture is going to go after that. Another possible threat with Hugo, we always have to talk about tornadoes. Tornadoes, of course, being spawned by the hurricane because of the natural spin that occurs within a hurricane. Flooding potential, you bet it's great. 4 to 8 inches of rain through 7 o'clock Friday night, all the way up through the Carolinas and continuing on northward through West Virginia and Virginia. We have a tornado watch box out for North Carolina and South Carolina southward. The potential for heavy rains exists in a very, very saturated area here. And if Hugo's moisture continues to flow northward, what happened yesterday in Pennsylvania and in New Jersey? They had torrential rains, flood warnings and flood watches. More rains is just going to cause more problems there. We're hoping that this disturbance coming down from Canada will help push the moisture out as we head in towards Sunday. That will be definitely some good news as we head on in time.